was a clean sweep here at the Young Guns at the Pink Buckle. I'm Amy Wilson. We're getting the chance now to visit with Bobby Savita and also Sidnei Jr. Pereira. Congratulations to you guys. EF, Erus Ta Fame. Not only won the first round, but also won the second round. And, of course, the average, about $44,000. Yesterday, a 16.945. Today, a 17.031. So we get to talk all about it. Thank you both, and congratulations.
Thank you very much for having us here.
So I want to start off by saying I saw the videos posted yesterday of your win, and so much Brazilian pride and excitement for you to be here with this stallion. What's your reaction to that? Ok.
Ela perguntou assim que qual foi a reação e o sentimento de ontem, após ontem ter ganhado a primeira vez. E a primeira vez aqui nos Estados Unidos como brasileiro e assim, o sentimento do Brasil que a gente sentiu, a emoção que a gente sentiu do Brasil.
Primeiramente, sempre agradecer a Deus por ter dado essa oportunidade e aos proprietários do Euros para dar todo o suporte para a gente estar aqui. Então, eu achei muito emocionante para mim, é desafio novo.
He wanted, first of all, to thank God for allowing him to be doing this and thank the owners of Erus for allowing him to do this. So it was, for him, it was something very new. It was a first challenge he ever had here, so it was like for him something amazing for the first time in his life.
Ele é um cavalo muito especial, eu acho que a gente trouxe o melhor que a gente tem na nossa casa, então a gente só está concluindo aquilo que a gente já vem fazendo há anos no Brasil, então para mim é muito emocionante estar aqui.
So he said he's just really, what he feels is like he's closing out what he's been able to do with the Euros in Brazil and bringing him here and be able to do that here in another country. And everybody from Brazil yesterday, I can tell you, it was, the social media was bombing, so it's really, really fun to be able to give that to the people of Brazil, to our country, which we are today, as you know, your second biggest breeders of quarter horses. So we really love this sport, just like you guys. So it was really, really emotional to read all the comments and hear everybody just really cheering for us.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome to see all the support that you guys have. The fastest stallion in Brazil, 70 runs under 17 seconds on a standard pattern. Yeah. 22 of those were under a 16.5. It's just unreal. The fastest, a 16.220. So that just gives you an idea of what they've accomplished over in Brazil and some of the times that they've been able to run. I want to talk more about the process, though, of getting him here to the U.S. from Brazil.
Well, as I was telling you before we started, it's not easy to bring horses from Brazil to the U.S. It's a lot easier to bring horses from the U.S. to Brazil, and that's why we do have a lot more horses down there than I'll be bringing them up. There are some issues, governmental issues, that depending, we have to do a blood test for Brazilian horses, which they have to be below a certain level of certain, I wouldn't say a disease, but they have, which comes from the tick. Even though they don't present anything, they have this level of whatever we want to call it, babesia, we call it in Portuguese, that we have to lower. It's very hard. Some horses never do. Some horses, even you can put the horse's life in danger. But the amazing thing is when we first thought about bringing him here, that was one of the issues. And we were saying, we're never going to do that treatment because we're not going to put his life in danger. And with the grace of God, we were all surprised that we did a blood exam and he zeroed, and you say a horse that's 8 years old, it doesn't exist. So it was like almost a sign for us to be able to do this. So it's like a dream come true, a perfection. Being able to bring him here, clear what we had to clear to get into the country and do a clean sweep.
Yeah, it really was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Falei pouco de como ele estava zerado e como foi tão emocionante. Sabe, fala pouco aí do processo, a gente ficou muito feliz de estar zerado, essa oportunidade que parece que Deus nos deu essa oportunidade.
Exato, é bem difícil a gente conseguir trazer animais do Brasil para os Estados Unidos, mas ele foi uma coisa extraordinária, em tão pouco tempo ele conseguiu estar zerado, na verdade ele não passou por dificuldade nenhuma e foi tudo muito rápido, tanto que eu tive que conciliar o meu tempo no centro de treinamento e em essa competição, eu vim para cá, tive que voltar, fiquei 5 dias. Então foi tudo muito corrido, mas Deus abriu as portas para a gente estar aqui.
As he said, it's the hand of God which really allowed this to happen. He's never seen a horse be zero like that, and that put his daily things in Brazil very hard because he rides 80 horses down there, So everything happened really quickly. Like he's zeroed, he can come. He's going to race the young guns, so he came up, spent 5 days with the horse, then he had to go back, spent 5 days there, and he came back. So basically he had 10 days to train his horse here to get to this new arena. So everything's been like a dream come true.
Wow, 80 head of horses that you ride in Brazil. That's unbelievable.
Yep.
Busy. Well, we're glad you're here in the U.S. It's very cool to see the success that you're having. I think everyone wants to see this run. So let's take a look at round number 2. This is the winning run in the Young Guns Derby, 17.031. We were talking, Bobby, about how amazing it is that he's able to set up barrels or get around barrels. And these 2 runs that we've been able to see here at the Lazy E, kind of take us through this one and what your thoughts were. This should be today's.
Isso. Hoje eu tive a vantagem de ser um dos últimos, eu consegui ver o tempo que estava liderando e eu acabei trabalhando ele mais por fora. Ontem eu trabalhei ele mais por dentro dos tambores. Eu estava bem confiante que eu não iria derrubar, então eu acabei passando mais ele no segundo tambor. E eu achei que ele se adaptou tanto, não forcei tanto meu animal e eu espero bastante resultado dele aqui nos Estados Unidos. Então hoje foi realmente para passar limpo e ganhar a média.
We're here watching it. As he said, today he had the great advantage of being the second to last of going in. So he knew the time that he had to beat. So he didn't push him as much as yesterday. In this run, you can see he took him a little bit wider on the barrels and not turning that close into the barrels because he knew all he needed was a clean run, and he knew that him and the horse would give him that time even without pushing him too much. So as you see here, he's really going around the barrels, giving some space. Very different than yesterday, which he didn't know what time he had to beat.
Yeah. So Casey Allen visited with you both yesterday. She shot this awesome video for us to be able to share with everyone in slow motion just to see how amazing this stallion really is and also your jockey skills. And we're so excited to have you both here in the U.S. and just showcasing what you all love and sharing it with us too. So great job to Casey. Wanted to give her a shout out there. I think we should take a look at yesterday's and relive that too. Here's yesterday's. So for anyone who didn't see it, you can see cutting a few corners, which is nothing new for you, right?
Yeah, as you see, he had to really go for it.
Absolutely fearless. How would you describe how you've been able to perfect this style of riding?
Como é que você descreve, como é que você chegou a conseguir sempre saber apertar tanto os tambores e segurar os tambores
Isso é desde criança, sempre passei mais perto, é uma habilidade minha, um costume mesmo. Eu tenho uns pontos específicos que na hora da passada eu consigo identificar. Então eu consegui ver que a paleta dele estava bem perto do tambor e eu acabei colocando meu corpo e minha mão só realmente a hora que eu vi que tinha a chance de não derrubar. Então eu sempre arrisco nesses pontos que eu confio.
It's something that he's done since he's a child. It's one of those things that when you're young, you say, let me try to do it. And he's said he has an ability that he perfected since he's a chip of putting his hand in the barrel. And he can notice, depending on the angle, when the horse wants to cut him, that he will have to do that. So his reflexes are really, really quick when he's ready to put that hand, depending on where the horse is doing.
Very interesting. So I'm curious, you haven't been here very long, about a month, and you've been back and forth to Brazil. And you mentioned things being a little bit different here in the U.S. than in Brazil, running barrels. What are some of those differences? Maybe something you like or something you don't like?
A primeira vez a gente correndo aqui uma prova dessa, ela quer ver, perguntando o que nós pensamos, o que você acha das diferenças entre aqui e o Brasil, seja a pista, a parte de largada, quais são as diferenças que você vê entre aqui e lá?
Um pouco é o corredor, é uma diferença enorme. A gente costuma fazer círculo para partir, aqui você já tem que partir mais reto e acaba dando um ângulo maior, então você já chega diferente no primeiro tambor. A pista também é um pouco mais solta, a gente lá costuma trabalhar com a pista mais rasa, então são essas dificuldades pelo tipo do cavalo que eu tenho que deu umas diferenças do tempo.
As he said, in Brazil we don't have the corridor for you to shoot out of. Usually the horse stays into the arena, so when the start is, you're galloping him in circles, and then you can choose the angle in which you go into that first barrel. Mm-hmm. Having this makes you come into that, forces you to go into that first barrel a little bit wider than he's used to. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the differences. So he had to get the horse used to going into a different angle on that first barrel. And as the ground goes, it's very good, but we have grounds that are a little bit more tighter and they grip a little bit more. Probably that's why we get a lot more lower times. It's not as loose, the ground.
Very interesting. Well, I think it's been so much fun to learn more about this, to see it showcased here at the Pink Buckle. $44,000 is what they won. The Young Guns Derby won both rounds and the average. Big congratulations. Anything else you guys want to add about this experience?
Quer adicionar alguma coisa e falar dessa experiência?
Eu gostei muito de estar aqui. Achei que a gente deu o nosso melhor. Temos muita coisa para adaptar, clima, treinamento, passadas. Mas eu estou muito feliz de ter saído aqui com um resultado positivo. Agradecer sempre a Deus, a Mariana, ao seu Paulo Dedemo e as pessoas que estão no Brasil torcendo pela gente.
He said it's been a great pleasure, a dream come true. There's a lot more to do here in the States as far as training and getting adapted to your arenas. And most of all, he just once again to thank the Lord, thank his wife, which is the owner of the horse, and Mr. Paulo Dedemo for the opportunity, and he's hoping to be able to do that more and more here in the States.
Well, that was my next question. We'll be seeing more of you here in the States running?
Yeah, I can answer that real quickly for you.
Perfect.
Yeah, we hope to, yes, even though he's got a really tight agenda in Brazil. We will be up for the BFA in November.
Oh, good.
And he's already qualified for the semifinals of the qualifier for the Americans. So we'll be seeing a lot more of these two until February, hopefully.
That's awesome. All right, well, have fun going home and riding your 80 head of horses. We're glad you came and joined us at the Pink Buckle. Thank you both.
And thank you very much.
So that's Bobby Savita and Sidnei Jr. Pereira. So winning the Young Guns here at the Pink Buckle. A clean sweep, so big congratulations. EF, Erus Ta Fame, the stallion that came from Brazil. I'm Amy Wilson. Be sure and watch everything live from the Pink Buckle. It's all at Ride TV.